Well, you ready to go make some calls this morning, Penny?
Yeah, I am, but I need to ask you about this scripture in Revelation 20. I have a return call who wants to know who the rest of the dead are and how they came to life on earth. Can you help me with this, Pat?
Sure, I'll try. Let's read it and see what it's referring to. You said that's Revelation 20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I believe it's verses 4 through 6. It says, I saw thrones, and those who sat on them were given authority to judge. Yes, I saw the souls of those executed for the witness they gave about Jesus and for speaking about God, and those who had not worshipped the wild beast or its image, and had not received the marks on their forehead and on their hands. And they came to life and ruled as kings with the Christ for 1,000 years. The rest of the dead did not come to life until the 1,000 years was ended. This is the first resurrection. Happy and holy is anyone having part in the first resurrection. Over these, the second death has no authority, but they will be priests of God and of Christ, and will rule as kings with him for the 1,000 years. So, Penny, who takes part in the first resurrection here?
I guess it would be the 144,000 who ruled with Christ as kings and priests.
Mm-hmm. They come to life free from all effects of sin, favored with immortality. So perhaps you can read her 1 Corinthians 15, and we'll start with verse 44 because it says it. It says, it is so a physical body is raised up a spiritual body. If there's a physical body, there's also a spiritual one. And then verse 54 says, but when this which is corruptible puts on incorruption, and this which is mortal puts on immortality, then the saying that is written will take place. Death is swallowed up forever. So, since they're favored with immortality, the second death has no authority over them because they don't die anymore. And being resurrected with spiritual bodies, they're able to reign with Christ in the heavens. So clearly, it's not the rest of the dead who share in the first resurrection. That resurrection is for those who rule for Christ for 1,000 years. So if everyone went to heaven, who would they rule over?
Who are the rest of the dead?
They are those who die as results of Adamic sin, or even those who survive the Great Tribulation, or even perhaps those that are born during the millennium that will need to be relieved of the death-dealing effects of sin. Let's read our last scripture here in Ephesians 2:1. Would you like to read that, Tim?
Yeah, I would have. Furthermore, God made you alive, though you were dead in your trespasses and sins.
Mm-hmm. So for them to be relieved of the effects of sin, they were made alive by being declared righteous on the basis of their faith in Jesus' sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So,
how do the rest of the dead not come to life until the end of the 1,000 years?
Well, this doesn't mean their resurrection, since some of them will not die. So this coming to life involves more than just existing as humans. A fullness of life in human perfection, free from Adamic sin, and living on earth under the kingship of Christ. So it's not until the end of the 1,000-year reign, after the test brought on about the return of Satan for a short time, that the benefits of Christ's ransom to those who inhabit the earth will reach their climax. Then Jehovah will declare them righteous and write their names in the book of life, and for the first time come to life in the fullest meaning of life as Jehovah views it. So maybe, Penny, you can share some of these scriptures we discussed with your return visit. But we better go before it will be late for service.
Okay, Pat, thank you so much. I'll grab my coat and we'll go.